Welcome back everybody to the daily show where we discuss and do technical analysis on big mega cap stocks. So before we get started, please smash that like button, and 100 plus likes on this video would be greatly appreciated, guys. And if you're new here, consider subscribing. Now if you want to support the channel and get my daily trade ideas, my swing trade ideas, live trading, and all kinds of setups, definitely check out their link down below in the description for Patreon. And now let's get right into it, guys. So before we get started, I just want to quickly get something out of the way, guys. Now a lot of people are asking and even messaging me in private and asking why I'm not putting out updates for big mega cap stocks like I used to. Well, there is a reason. I've been asking for 100 likes for last maybe couple months because that's how YouTube algorithm works, right? If you want to help out, I'm not asking for money, right? All you can do is hit the like button and just subscribe to the channel. And we're near 10,000 subscribers and we're not even getting there. So it's getting really slow. The process is really slow, but a lot of people are still watching and not doing their part, which I get it. I mean, I cannot force anybody to go ahead and say, hey, hit the like button. I cannot say, hey, subscribe to the channel. You have to like it, right? But if you're watching pretty much every day and you're not subscribed, I mean, that don't help, right? So that is why, I'm putting out less contents. If I get 100 plus likes, more than 100, 200, anytime I get 100 plus likes, I'm putting out the next update on time. Like this one, there will be an update Monday if this video gets 100 plus likes. Otherwise, it might be Tuesday, Wednesday, I'm going to update because I don't do this like a lot of people here on YouTube. What they do is, that is it, YouTube, right? Patreon and Discord, and that's how they survive. I don't even know if they have actually an actual account where they actually trade. But this is real, guys. 20 plus years I've been trading, and the reason for opening up this channel and putting out contents, well, the experience I have for past 20 years. Finally, I saw the opportunity to share my experience with a lot of you guys that are new here in this market or still learning. So that is what I do. I can close this out. I can close out the Patreon and just go about my life and it will be totally fine. But I will never abandon people that actually supported my channel, and especially people that are hitting like button, sharing my videos and subscribing all the time. These people deserve to see my videos pretty much every day. But I'm kind of disappointed where I know if I ask for it, like this video might get 100 plus likes, there is always likes. And if I don't, it just don't get there. But people are still watching, commenting, not subscribing, not hitting the like button. So that is kind of a disappointment. And that is why I was kind of really not into it. Why should I put out a video every day? Some YouTubers, they put out 2 videos a week. So I can be someone who could do that also and not put out these daily updates where things are going and pretty much calling stuff out and saying, hey, I'm buying this here. And I see a lot of people actually taking those advices and even making a lot of money, not even joining the Patreon, just off of my videos, which is really great, and I'm happy for you. But these videos that are coming out deserve 100 plus likes. So I would really appreciate 100 plus likes on all the videos, not only on this one. And then these daily updates will come out on time. And, I'll feel like, people are actually really enjoying it, supporting it. So let's just go and make another video. Otherwise, where I can spend that time with my family, I'm actually taking that time and making a video. It's not easy. A lot of people think that, oh, you're just going in and making a video in 5 minutes. No, it takes hours editing. And then if there is a mistakes, there is so many times I make a video and there is no sound. And guess what? I didn't check the first one. So I made the whole thing and then I realized that, oh, there is no sound, something wrong with the mic. Then I got to go back, make another one, and that could be 5 to 6 hours. So it's not easy to just put out a video. And the second thing, I cannot just put out anything hey, there is a support at 900 here on Netflix, or resistant, it's nowhere near 900. I cannot just put out garbage contents and say anything in my video. I gotta be precise and I gotta give you guys exact levels where things will pull back or will find resistance, and you can make money off of those levels if you're serious about trading. So definitely, guys, I mean, if you can help out the channel, subscribe, hit those likes, get it over 100, and these videos will be just rolling out pretty much on time. Now let's talk about what happened last week. Well, we saw kind of a roller coaster ride here in the market, especially with big mega cap stocks. They were down with the CPI, but the PPI, they went back up, and especially Netflix just before earnings, which is next week on Thursday, is pulling back hard, and now it's down another almost 1% on Friday and came down to where? Lower Bollinger Band and 50 SMA right here. And you can see 50 SMA sitting at 645, and that is where Netflix holding before earnings. So this is gonna be a line in the sand, 645, below that 630. It's getting a bit oversold, so I would not be surprised to see a bounce off of 645. And if that happens, watch out for a move back up to at least 664 and possibly up to 673.16 to close this gap on top. Now above that, you're going to see a move up to 700, and below 645, 630, and then 604. And here's my X account, and if you guys are on there, definitely give me a follow. And there is no subscription, nothing here on X, is totally free, and I do share lots of information on X. And if you have a question, you can always ask me right here on X. Now here's some 500+% plays that I took on Friday, and this came out early morning, guys. I mean, this cannot get any better. So this week, one of the best week that I had this year. It was a massive week, lots of money made. Look at this, already given so many trade ideas this week. Meta stays down, calls at opening. Best opportunity I see, play what you can afford to lose. Same 0DT, same day expiration on Meta, 510 call. And what happened within minutes? Exploded. Look at the next one. Tesla, 230, 231 dips. Play with tight stop loss, 240 calls. And what happened on that one? Exploded, right? Came down to 233, and that is why, I mean, it's not gonna get down to exactly pennies. I was eyeing the gap, but you know that the gap actually starts from 233 down to 231. And that is why you gotta watch these levels, especially when you're buying 0DT, same day expiration. You gotta get in, put a stop, and if you can afford, then play big and go big. Like anybody played, let's say, I'm not even going big, like 10 grand, 15 grand. What happened, guys? 500% profit on that, huge money. So all these trade ideas, especially if you're really serious about trading, I'm not talking about some day trader just looking around and trying to figure out which channel is best and where they can go. Serious trading, especially if you want to do that, then check out my Patreon, and that link will be down below in the description for you guys. On Amazon stock, it's down 0.29%, so Amazon came back all the way down to almost 20-day moving average. Not quite exactly down there, but on Thursday we saw a big sell-off here on Amazon and some continuation on Friday, but nothing big, and it's holding over 20-day moving average 192.45. So this 20-day moving average will move up. So I would say in between 193 to 192, there will be strong support right here on Amazon, and underneath that level, it would be a retest of this high right here, this high, and this high right here, 190, which should hold as a support. Technically, I mean, that's going to be a dip buying opportunity as long as the support can hold at 190. Now, if this is actually the pullback and this is done here at 193, then watch out if this thing actually breaks over 196.45. In that case, going back up to 200 again, and 200, you can see a lot of resistance right here at 200, a lot of rejection. So if this thing clears 200 like it did right here, 190, you could see a massive explosion easily up to 205 and possibly even 210 and even higher from there. On AMD, it's kind of a flat day. On AMD, only down 0.18%. Now, talking about my calls, I mean, this thing, guys, you guys already know that I had calls on AMD and this thing I sold completely out on this rally. And now I actually took another position on this dip pretty much right here, guys, at 178. I took a position and it was already up, I mean, a massive amount. This thing was trading at 187 on Friday. I did not take any profit because I think as long as we're above this high right here, 173, and now that it's holding right here at 180 5-day moving average, we can definitely make a move up to 188 to close this gap on top. And over that gap, blue sky, this thing can move easily up to 205 to close this massive gap on top. So that is why I'm holding. And I could have just taken profit here on Friday, but I decided to hold on, and I think there is more upside. Now you can see this breakout also played out, this trend line also played out, Bollinger Band squeeze was also playing out, and we got this explosive move to the upside. And now there might be some consolidation, a lot of chop right here. As long as we can stay above, I would say 180, and the second level will be 173. It's still bullish, and this thing can move higher. We get above 184, AMD can hold right here 184, then you're going to see a move up too. I mean, you saw it even on Friday and Thursday and Wednesday, guys. This thing exploded up to almost 187, 188, and you can go there again to close this gap. That would be my target to take some profit. And above this level, I'll keep some runners for more upside up to 205 on AMD. On Meta, it's down 2.70%, and Meta, this was a fantastic trade. You guys saw that. And even on Tesla, I mean, Tesla went over 500%. Now, Meta, I actually called it. You guys saw that early morning before opening that. At opening, I'm going to get some calls. And as soon as the market opened, what happened, guys? 494. I think I got in at 496. And from there, this thing took off all the way up to 508. Well, that's not where I took profit. Otherwise, it would have been like 400%. But within like maybe 3 minutes, it was 100%, 150%. Took profit on Meta and then got out. And now we do have this gap on top at 508.37. Meta was not able to close this gap on Friday. And we also have strong support down here at 490. So now we do have a resistance, this gap here on top. That's going to act as a resistance 508. But if Meta can clear that, then watch out for a move back up to 520. Underneath 508, watch out for the support 490. And 490 gives up, then this gap comes into play, 478.89 on Meta, and then even 470. On Microsoft, is down 0.25%, and Friday came down to where we talked about it before, about this support, 451, and it was holding, went back up, and now it's even holding, rising 20-day moving average, 453.48 into closing. Now in between 453.48 to 451, these are going to be strong levels to watch going into Monday's session. Underneath that level, you're going to see a flush down to 443, 437.87, down to even 433 to close this gap all the way down here. Now to the upside, Microsoft will find resistance at 457, 460, and over 460. This thing can move back up to 468 and possibly even a brand new all-time high, which could be 470 to even 475. On Apple stock, it's up 1.31%. So Thursday with the CPI, this thing actually came down under 230. And you can see, I mean, you can consider this a soft higher low, but we went right back up on Friday and trading at 230 again. As a matter of fact, holding 230 as a support. So we went above and beyond on Apple stock. I mean, this thing broke out over 230. The level I gave you guys went up to 233, and now we could see some, consolidation. Maybe will cool off and come down, but I would like to see a decent pullback down to 221.55 right here to close this gap fill reversal, and also holding this previous high. That would be a nice retest right here if we get some sort of a pullback next week. Now, as long as this thing stays above 230, that is still extremely bullish. And guess where this thing can go? There is still $5 upside left, even in the short term. Look at this Bollinger Band expanded up to 234.55. So I think in the short term, Apple can hold 230. Forget about this gap getting filled. We might be going up to 235 and possibly even 240 before we get any sort of a big pullback. But if this level gives up 230 and Apple trades under 230, in that case, we could see a dump off down to this gap, 221.55. We do have strong support right here around 220 also, previous high, and that should hold as a support on Apple. And now you can see rising 20-day moving average also moving up, sitting near 220. So that should be a strong level of support if we get some sort of a pullback down here near 221. On Google, stock is down 0.28%, so nothing big. But if you look at my screen, came back all the way down to 186. It's trying to hold 187 right here as a support. And so far, I mean, it's really close to 187. So I would say 187 holds, we could see continuation to the upside. But underneath 187, you will see a lot more selling down to 184.42. And if that gives up this white line 20-day moving average, easily a dump off down to, I would say, 180. And then 178.45, rising 50-day moving average, this red line, and then even 176. Now, Google can hold 187, and we see some sort of a move back up to the upside. In that case, Google will find resistance right here at, I would say, 190. 5-day moving average right here, over 190, this thing can go back up to all-time highs again, and that could be 193.31, possibly up to even 195, and that's how far upper Bollinger Band already extended up to. I mean, you can see right here 194.69, so it can go there. If this thing clears 190, it's gonna run back up to the upside again, or we might see some sort of a pullback like all the way down to 180, and this is where this thing needs to hold on a retest right here, 180 below 187. On Tesla, stock is up almost 3%, so you guys saw that fantastic play on Tesla. It was actually over 800%, but I never got that. My runners I sold for 500%, and some people also made money like 400, 300% on Tesla. Now, I do want to send out a message to my paid Patreon members, especially new members. Now, when I put out levels like, I'm going to buy around 231 to 233, that means if it gets near 233 or maybe even under, if I get a chance I can get under, I'll get under. That would be cheaper, right? But if it gets near that level, I'm going to buy Tesla. So that is just an idea where things can pull back around that area, and I need to get in and make some money as long as I have a stop loss. I mean, if you got in at 233, which I did pretty much exactly on Friday, you made money because your stop never saw it coming down. So your stop would never hit. Same day expiration, I think went up to like 1000%. And this thing exploding, guys, from 233. And these orders are market orders. I'm not setting a limit order with hotkeys on my keyboard in, and when I see profit, raising stop and then getting out. So that's how I play. Now, if you're playing with your phone, it's gonna take time, and especially if you're playing on Robinhood, that's even more worse because a lot of the times option chain, it's not even ready right at opening. And that is why, it's okay to trade on Robinhood, but it's not a great platform. You want to move into something like, Schwab, or maybe even, what's the new one? There is a whole bunch of other ones, M1, Acorn, this and that, Webull. Whatever makes it easier. I don't care about the fees. If I can get filled at the right time and I can sell at the right time, one click buying and one click selling, which is better, right? I'd rather pay that fee than, use something like Robinhood, totally free. That's what they say. I don't think so. And then, I'm waiting here on my phone and it got there, but my order never got filled. Who's losing money, Robinhood or you? You losing money. So do the math, guys. That is just my opinion, but I know a lot of people like Robinhood, and I'm not against it, but I just feel like you can have Robinhood, but also have other accounts where you can get filled quickly and you can make some money here in this market. So Tesla was a fantastic trade, and that is why I wanted to send out this message that buy zone is not exactly where things are going to come. Nobody can see the future. Tesla's not going to come down to 231.30 and say, hey, I'm here, you want to buy me? That's not how it works, right? You just got to look at the levels, and use your best judgment. Nobody can actually give you hands-on training on trading. You can follow someone, you can learn. As you go about your trading, you learn more and more, and you get better at it. There is nothing called like one day you're just gonna become a pro trader and you're gonna trade and make money. No, that's not how that is. It's not that easy. Takes years, and still I do make a lot of mistakes, and everyone does. There is no perfect trader out there. If somebody is telling you that, oh, I can make this perfectly, I can do this perfectly, there is no way. We just get these technical areas where we can get in. As long as we have a stop, that is our game plan. Stop hits, well, a small loss, 15-20%, take it and go home, because you can always recoup that 20% on another trade. But if you lose the whole thing, nobody's gonna give you money to come back into the market and make more money, right? You're just gonna blow up your account. So that is a piece of advice for everyone, and especially when you see something like this, you can see a lot of volume came in when this thing got near 233. And bulls definitely in control here on Tesla, and bears are just they're shorting and losing money, absolutely right and left. So Tesla now over 240 again. We got a pullback. Now next week, well, this thing might go up again unless we come right back underneath 240. In that case, watch out for this gap 231, and that should be an absolute dip buying opportunity on Tesla as long as the support can hold. So don't go and buy it blindly. As long as the support can hold, this is actually a buy zone on Tesla. If that support gives up, the next one down here at 213, gap fill reversal, also aligned with this rising 20-day moving average right here, this white line, which is going to be another strong support. Now for Monday, 240, that's going to be a line in the sand. But if this thing clears and holds 253, watch out for a move back up to 258 and possibly even 265, 267, and then 277 right up here. And then we can talk about even 300. On Nvidia stock, it's up 1.44%. So on Thursday with the CPI, this thing got up to 136, came back, gave a lot of the gains, went down, big bearish engulfing candle. We cannot ignore that. The last time we had one right here, we saw some continuation to the downside. Now this time we saw some continuation, but it's back up to the upside. But this is not, too good of a candle here on this daily time frame. Now also, people are saying double top and maybe even a lower high here, but we have no confirmation of a breakdown on Nvidia stock yet. Until this stock comes back and takes out 117.85, we have no confirmation. This could be another consolidation before this thing breaks out over 136. So the reason I'm saying this, that don't go and blindly short Nvidia here, because the next thing you know, this thing breaks out. And you can see, bear flag actually pretty much played out to the upside. This thing exploded. Let's say you shorted here, somewhere here, maybe even here. You still got squeezed out of your position because this thing got up to 136, and now it's pulling back. Let's say you're shorting here at 126, 130, and then next thing you know, this thing squeezing back up to 136 and hitting a brand new all-time high. So wait for that confirmation. This is gonna be a strong support, guys. 117.85. Only below that you can short, and this thing can get a bigger pullback, possibly down to, I would say, this trend line, and maybe even down to 107. And then we can talk about this gap down here, or maybe even this high right here, which is going to be around 97 to 96 bucks. Now going into Monday session, we do have support at 126, and below that this thing can come down to 123 and then 117.85. To the upside, Nvidia needs to break 130. It needs to hold 130, and then we could see continuation back up to 136. But Nvidia clears 136. There is nobody stopping Nvidia from hitting a brand new all-time high, and it can do that. So that is why, just because we got maybe a double top, we cannot call this a double top yet until the support breaks, which is going to be 117.85, or maybe a lower high. And that does not mean that we go and short Nvidia blindly and buy some weekly puts, or maybe even 2 weeks out, because time and time over and over we saw a bearish pattern playing out to the upside on Nvidia stock, and even bullish pattern, this thing playing out to the upside. So Nothing happening here on Nvidia stock, just a regular pullback until the support breaks 117.85. And that's all I have for you guys in this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll definitely keep you guys updated Monday night.